It is Tuesday, and it's January 19th. Yeah, you know what? So this is our calendar from 2020, but over the weekend I got a new calendar. Do you see it? It says kittens on it. Let's look at today's date on the calendar, okay? Here's our January picture right there. Here we go. Oh, there's the 19th right there. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Let's zoom out. Yeah, it's a Tuesday and it's the third week of January. So, yeah, it's nice to have a new calendar. Okay, well, we've got two really good books to look at today. Let's look at this. The first one is called Farm Days. I thought this would be a fun book to look at together. Here we go. City boy Chip had never been invited by his country cousins, the McDoubles, to visit them on the farm. They were supposed to meet him at the station. Where are they? They must be very busy with farm chores, thought Chip. So there's Chip right there. Batty and Crookie McDouble lived on the old McFay farm, owned and operated by farmer Chundo McFay. It was a big farm with many barns and fields and pastures where cows and horses could graze and wander about. Great pictures on this. Chip set off to find the farm. The McDoubles had said it was just a mile from the station. Which way? This way? That way? No, maybe it's this way. He wasn't sure. There's a cow, he thought. I must be getting close. Hello, is this the McFay farm? Asked Chip. This is the McFay farm, all right, said Farmer Chundo McFay. Jiggity Jig, help me down. What's your name? Chip, he replied. So there's the Farmer Chundo right there. He's saying, help me down. What's your name? Chip, he replied. Chip? What kind of wacky name is that? Bless my ketchup bottle. You must be the city boy the McDoubles were telling me about. Hot diggity, gittity, gittity. Chip liked Farmer Chundo. He was tall and friendly and a little hard to understand. Farmer Chundo seated himself on a big red tractor and started it with a crank. It made a lot of noise. So the McDoubles tell me you want to be a farmer. Do you like vegetables? Do you like broccoli, green beans, peppers, squash, and that sort of thing? Well then, hop on. The McDoubles are out in the big field planting a garden. Lickety-plickety, and off they rode, over the hill and down to the big field to find the McDoubles. See him right there on the tractor? Hi, Chip, said Batty. Hi, Chip, said Crookie. Sorry we couldn't meet you at the station. We had to pick up seeds and supplies. There's his aunt and uncle. There's a wheelbarrow over there, said Batty, and here's a shovel, said Crookie. Okay, said Chip, jumping in to help good-natured. Yeah, so he's jumping in to help. Let's see, peas and carrots along this row here, and broccoli there, cucumbers over here, and tomatoes back there. Or maybe the other way around, said Crookie. What about squash, said Batty. Squash is okay, but I prefer watermelon, says Crookie. Chip dug the garden, carted away all the heavy rocks with the wheelbarrow, and set up the fence. The McDoubles planted the seeds. Hippity-ho, nice work, youngsters, said Farmer Chundo. Make sure you give your garden plenty of water. So there's their garden right there. And there's Farmer Chundo. He's back with his tractor. Oh, wow, look. Here's the garden. See how they're watering it right there? Yeah, it looks great. Chundo told the youngsters that planting was just the beginning. To grow healthy vegetables, keep the 4 W's in mind. Watering, weeding, and waiting. That's only 3, said Chip. Whatever, said Farmer Chundo. Oh, said Chip, watering, weeding, waiting, and whatever. So those are the 4 W's. How silly. Farmer Chunjo showed them what they could expect to see in their garden if they cared for it properly. The little seeds would grow into big watermelons, giant cauliflower, jumbo tomatoes, long green beans, and huge peas. Chip wondered when he would begin weeding. I hear cows are calling, said Farmer Chundo. How do you like to milk a cow, Chip? I like milk, said Chip. Okay, so they're going to milk the cows. Oh, here they are right there. Farmer Chundo drove everyone over to the cow barn on his tractor. When they got there, the McDoubles sat right down to enjoy a carton of fresh milk from their prize cow. Milk, said Batty. Milk, said Crookie. Which cow should I milk, asked Chip. There's more to milking cows than milking cows, said Farmer Chundo. Chip and Farmer Chundo went into the barn to clean the stalls. Chip was a little afraid. The cows were really big. Yeah, when I was young, I remember being scared of cows because they were so big. They're really large in person, but they're very friendly. After a big lunch at the farmhouse, Farmer Chundo led the trio back out to the big field. The hay needs mowing, said Farmer Chundo. Batty and Crookie showed Chip how to use the mower. You just push, said Batty, and just keep pushing, said Crookie. You see him right there with the old type lawnmower? And pushing. See how he's mowing? Meanwhile, the McDoubles went down to the pond to check on the ducks. They decided to check on the fish too. Chip continued to mow and mow and mow and mow and mow. Oh, okay, he's mowing while they're fishing. Later that afternoon, Farmer Chundo was pitching hay when he heard a strange sound. Bumblebees sawing? What's that noise? Exhausted from mowing, Chip had fallen asleep in a nice soft pile of hay. He was very comfortable. Wake up, youngster, Chippity Cricket. No time for naps on a farm. Crows in the corn, crows in the barn, or something. There were still more chores to do. Here, Chip, put on my hat. Okay, so yeah, see how he's taking a little nap right there? Okay, I still don't see any crows. So he had to, yeah, you see that? He's watching for crows. I still don't see any crows, said Chip. He's doing a good job, said Batty. Chip does look really scary, said Crookie. So they made him into a scarecrow, huh? Chip had no idea that farming was such hard work. He was very tired. Now it was time for him to pack his suitcase and go back to the city. Packety pack, off so soon, my boy, said Farmer Chundo. Goodbye, Farmer Chundo. Goodbye, Batty and Crookie. I've learned a lot about farming. Thank you. Goodbye, Chip. Come back soon, said Batty. Yes, come back soon, said Crookie. See how he's getting ready to go back? He's got his suitcase. 2 days later, the McDoubles received, along with some bills, a letter from Chip. It read, Dear Batty and Crookie and Farmer Chundo, thank you for letting me visit your farm. There's a lot more to farming than I realized. My Uncle Dizzy has given me a job at his nightclub. Please come visit me in the city if you're not too busy with farm chores. Yours truly, Chip. P.S. How's the garden? Any weeds? Don't forget to water. Oh, so that's them getting his letter. And there's Chip. He's working at his uncle's nightclub. He's playing the drums. How fun. The end. That was called Farm Days. That was a great book. I've got one other book for us to look at today. It's called Clark the Shark. Toothache. Okay, let's look at this. Clark the Shark, tooth trouble. Clark the Shark loved reef soccer. Flick it and kick it, he cried, but sometimes it didn't love him. Pow! Ouchie, ouchie! So there's him, Clark, playing soccer. Wow. His tooth hurt. His tooth wobbled. What if it fell out of his mouth? You need to see a dentist, said Miss Mahi, the school nurse. What's a dentist, said Clark. Someone who fixes teeth, said Miss Mahi. I'll call your mother. As Clark waited for his mother, along came his friend Joey Mackerel. Check this out, said Clark. So there's Joey Mackerel right there. Check this out, said Clark. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ow, ow, ow. Cool, said Joey. Billy Ray joined them. I'm going to the dentist today, said Clark the shark. No way, said Billy Ray. I hear dentists are scarier than a box full of blue whales. So there's Billy Ray right there. Oh no, they have no reason to be scared. Dentists aren't scary. Really, said Joey. Really, said Clark. Really and truly, said Billy Ray. So they're all getting so worried about this dentist appointment. Uh-oh, and oh no, Clark was worried. And dentists are meaner than a 10-page math test, said Billy Ray. Uh-oh and uh-oh. Don't listen to them, said Joey Mackerel. You'll be fine. Oh, that's good. Clark wasn't so sure. When his mother came to get him, he asked, do I have to go? What's wrong? His mom asked. Billy Ray says dentists are mean and scary, said Clark. That's his mom right there. Billy Ray also told you that whales can fly, said his mom. Oh yeah, said Clark. Then a rhyme popped into his head. Don't shed a tear, 'cause there's nothing to fear. That's right, said his mom. At last, Clark relaxed and smiled. He was his usual sharky self until, oh no, they reached the dentist office and Clark thought a scary thought. What if Billy Ray was right? Oh no. Let's find out what happens. At the dentist office, Clark wailed. He hung onto the door and he clung to the chairs. No, he said, you can't make me. So he's fighting going in. It took his mother, 2 dads, and a dental assistant to get Clark into the dentist chair. And then, uh-oh, and oh no. Okay, let's find out what happens. In came the dentist. Do you see the dentist shadow right there? There's the dentist right there. Hi, she said. I'm Dr. Pia. What has teeth but cannot eat? Clark stared. Dr. Pia was tiny. A comb, she said. Get it? Okay, let's repeat Dr. Pia's joke. That was kind of funny. What has teeth but cannot eat? A comb. Okay. So that was Dr. Pia's first joke right there. Dr. Pia juggled her tools. What time do you visit a dentist? I don't know, said Clark. Tooth hurty, she said. She's got a lot of jokes, doesn't she? Oh, you see her cleaning inside. The dentist played happy music. Dr. Pia was nice. She had the greatest fins and the silliest jokes. What's a dentist's favorite animal? Asked Dr. Pia. I don't know, said Clark. What? A molar bear, she said. Oh, like a polar bear, but a molar bear. They laughed together. Ha ha ha, roared Clark. Dr. Pia worked on his mouth and then... Here's that bad boy, said Dr. Pia. She held up the tooth. The new one will come in soon. Do you want a seaweed lollipop? The next day, Joey asked, so, was the dentist scary? Clark smiled and said, I didn't shed a tear because there was nothing to fear. The end. That was great. Clark the Shark and tooth trouble. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, friends.